You have two chances to join Michael Voris in Canada. The first in Ottawa on May 24th, and the second on May 26th in Toronto, where he'll be speaking about the new evangelization and living your faith with charity and boldness. For all the details, just click on either of the links in the description.
Hello everyone and welcome to The Vortex, where lies and falsehoods are trapped and exposed. I'm Michael Voris. In politics, they call it the third rail, the issue that if you even bring up, guarantees an immediate end to your political career. For example, saying cutting back on Social Security payments. Any politician who proposed that would be a former politician before he knew what hit him. There are so-called third rail issues in the church as well. Two of them are contraception and homosexuality. It's why we seem to never hear the issues themselves talked about, but rather as abstractions. For example, contraception as an intrinsic evil in itself is rarely mentioned from the pulpit or in diocesan publications. In the United States, there will be somewhat loud discussions about a contraception-related issue, Obama's HHS mandate, but not really any substantive discussion about the core evil itself, contraception. Likewise, we almost never hear anything about the intrinsic evil of homosexual acts from the bishops or diocesan bulletins. We hear the case made against proposed laws to make same-gender sex legal and call it marriage, but as for the heart of the matter, the evil of the acts itself, dead silence. There are numerous other examples as well. Cohabitation before marriage stands out, but homosexual acts and contraception have become something of a cultural and political cause célèbre because of the same-sex marriage wars and Obama's health care plan. The question that needs to be asked is this: why is church leadership, especially American church leadership, responding like politicians around a third rail issue when it comes to these topics? Stop arguing about the U.S. Constitution and religious liberty and fairness and discrimination and start arguing about natural law. The strong suit of bishops is not politics. It's teaching the truths of the faith, even if no one wants to hear them. But the truth is, some will want to hear them. We know that here because of the emails we get from hundreds of people begging for the bishops to step up and speak the truth of the faith. The problem is this: when you start arguing intrinsic moral evils based not on their intrinsic evil, but the legal application of them in this situation or that, then you've already lost the argument. You've conceded, at least in people's minds, that homosexual acts and/or contraception are only bad and evil in some circumstances. And who could blame people for drawing that conclusion? For 50 years, Catholics, and by extension the culture at large, have heard nothing about these intrinsic evils. Now, suddenly, what erupts on the scene is a discussion not about the evils as they are in themselves, but their application in law. In warring with evil, the forces of good must go for the death blow against evil. Pussyfooting around with one of these on-the-margin battles is a surefire loser. Even if a court does rule favorably and slow or even block the implementation of a law promoting intrinsic evil, its supporters will be back for another round eventually. Evil must be attacked and defeated at its head, not in its limbs. But the even larger issue is this: the truth must be proclaimed in season and out of season, regardless of whether that preaching scores political points or not, and regardless of whether laws are impacted by it or not. It is becoming painfully clear that in the new aggressive stance being taken by various Catholic leaders and notables, that the goal is strategic or outcome-based, not just purity of truth for its own sake. God love you. I'm Michael Voris.
Staying in touch is just a few clicks away. Get the latest news from a Catholic perspective and so much more. Become a RealCatholicTV.com premium member today.